So, what if school wasn't a place you went to, but something that happened right in a room in your own house, taught by a machine? We're going to dive into a classic 1951 science fiction story by Isaac Asimov that imagines exactly that. And it asks a really powerful question about what we might lose when education gets perfectly personalized. The whole story kicks off with this one simple line. It's from a diary written by our main character, an 11-year-old girl named Margie. And this one discovery, finding a real book, is the little spark that just lights up her entire world and makes her question everything she's ever known about learning. And just like that, we're not in 1951 anymore. We're in the year 2157. Asimov throws us way into the future, to a world where things we think are normal have become ancient history. Here, you really see this clash of two worlds. To Margie and her friend Tommy, this real book is just a bizarre object. It has these crinkly yellow pages, and the words just stand still. Tommy thinks it's a total waste. You read it, and then what? You just throw it away? I mean, their telebooks can hold millions of stories on just one screen. Sound a little familiar? So Margie's just gotta know, what's this dusty old thing he found in the attic even about? The one-word answer she gets from Tommy is, well, it's totally confusing to her. School. That's the answer. And Margie is just baffled. I mean, of all the things in the world, why would anyone write a book about school? In her world, school is something you just get through, not something you'd ever celebrate. And this is our first real peek into her reality. So, to really get why she hates it so much, we need to understand what school actually is for Margie. It's not a place she goes. It's a thing she has to face every single day, the mechanical teacher. Yeah, these are her own words, and believe me, she means it. She's always hated school, but lately it's gotten so much worse. And it's all because she's stuck in this cold, impersonal cycle of failure that she can't seem to escape. And this is where you really see the problem. Margie's struggling with geography, but there's no person to talk to, nobody to ask for help. The machine just keeps hammering her with tests, and she just keeps doing worse. So the solution, it isn't helping Margie understand. It's calling a technician, the county inspector, to fix the machine. He literally takes it apart, slows it down, and puts it back together. The problem is treated like a mechanical glitch, not a human learning challenge.
This is her classroom. It's not a place of warmth or discovery. It's a cold, sterile room, and it's dominated by that large, black and ugly screen. Everything is built for pure efficiency, from the punch code she had to learn when she was just 6 years old to the instant automatic grading. There's no, hey, good job, no encouragement, just a relentless, isolating routine.
But that old book Tommy found, it opens up a portal to a completely different world. A world where teachers were actually people. And as Margie learns more about it, this whole new picture of schools starts to form in her head.
Tommy explains this isn't about their kind of school at all. No, this is about the old kind from centuries and centuries ago. For them, it's like us reading about some ancient civilization. And as Margie digs in, her world gets turned upside down by one totally shocking fact.
Get this, the teachers weren't machines. They were people. Margie can't even wrap her head around it. A man? How could a man be a teacher? She actually argues that a man couldn't possibly be as smart as her mechanical teacher. And that question, right there, is the heart of the story. Human versus machine. And when you lay it all out like this, the differences are just staggering. In her time, the teacher is a screen, a classroom is a room in your house, and you learn totally alone. But in the past, teachers were people. School was a special building where everyone went, and kids actually learned together. And it's that idea of community, of a shared social life, that really starts to fascinate her. But Margie still pushes back, using the logic of her own time. I mean, her mother has taught her that education has to be personalized, that every kid has to be taught differently. The idea of a bunch of kids all learning the exact same thing seems inefficient, even kind of backwards. Still, you can tell she can't help but be a little bit intrigued. And that little bit of intrigue,
Well, that leads us right to the story's powerful ending. As Margie gets called away from the book and back to her own school, her mind is no longer on the lesson.
The mechanical teacher flashes on. Today's arithmetic lesson is on the addition of proper fractions. But Margie isn't thinking about fractions at all. She sighs, slides her homework into the slot, but her mind is hundreds of years in the past, imagining what that old school must have been like.
Her mind isn't on arithmetic. It's drifting. She's imagining a time when all the kids from the entire neighborhood actually came together.
And she can almost hear them laughing and shouting in a schoolyard, all of them going to the same place to learn.
She pictures them all sitting together in one big room, learning the same things at the same time.
And because of that, because they were together, they could actually help each other with their homework. They could turn to a friend and talk about it.
But underneath this whole noisy, vibrant, living world was the most incredible thought of all. The teachers were people.
So while this machine is lecturing her about proper fractions, Margie is lost hundreds of years in the past. She's thinking about those kids and how they must have loved it. She was thinking about the fun they had. And that's really the question Asimov leaves us with. And honestly, it feels even more relevant today than it did back in 1951. As our own education gets more digital, more remote, and more personalized by algorithms, the story asks us to really stop and think about what's lost when we gain all that efficiency. It challenges us to think about the irreplaceable value of human connection, of shared experience, and, of course,